But where we left off last week, which is always a fun place to be, having a weekly set of sessions. Where we left off, you have discovered the interface through the clever use of invisibility by Michellangelo. You have discovered the interface for this bizarre, otherworldly city, for lack of a better word. Ship, maybe, is a good term. You've yet to determine what it's actually called, if it has a name itself, or if there's an official term for what this thing is. And through some very good rolls, Dr. Inwood has discovered how to crudely interact with this apparatus to the point that you have brought yourself to the cliffs around the fort that you have based yourself on after climbing up the stairs and a battle of sorts in which Michellangelo is once again unconscious at the end of a session.
It's true.
Making a habit of that.
Let's make it a habit. There we go.
You have climbed up the cliff and you have found yourself in a vast nighttime plain of Scottish Highlands. Well, not Highlands, you're at the cliff, so you'd be in the lowlands. But there is no fort in sight. It is dark out. And the last thing that got said was, you asked me if I drink on the job. And I always drink on the job.
Yep.
That was great.
I'm
Which
proud of myself for that quip.
is a solid quip. It is entirely up to you on what you want to do next. There is no fort in sight. The ship appears to be down at the dock below you. And Marcus appears to just be looking around, not panically, but quickly, like trying to assess where things are. And Florida is just swearing in Gaelic. Softly, so it's not distracting, but it is there.
Well, I can't say that I'm very familiar with this part of the coastline. Marcus, does this look like the right place?
I mean, I feel like we're close, but the fort should be like right there.
Would you allow me a knowledge arcana or knowledge planes or some other knowledge check to basically
this would be a knowledge. You could do either. I will tell you that arcana is going to be a higher DC.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, but my knowledge arcana check is 5 higher than my knowledge planes. We'll try knowledge planes.
Call.
We'll try knowledge planes.
All right.
That is
You're actually going to get a help action from Marcus, who is familiar with the planes.
Okay, that's a solid 10 total.
Total?
Plus 2, I guess, so 12.
14 with his help action.
14.
I mean, you're not sure. The landscape looks familiar. It looks like the material plane. You are confident that you are on a material plane. You probably better than anyone else would know that being on a material plane is not a particularly special thing. There's in the world there's a decent amount of material planes. There's like the 3 primary ones. There's the prime material, which is Earth as we players know it. There's the Feywild, there's the Shadowfell, and then there's all of the demi-plane material planes that commingle and interact tangentially with those 3 planes. Best guess is you are either on the material plane at night, like the prime material plane at night, which could account for this, or you are in the Shadowfell. The Feywild does not have nighttime, and most demiplanes, unless they are completely commingling with the material, one of the big material planes, their rules of physics don't quite interact the same, and they don't have the same geography. Versus the 3 big planes have the same geography, but altered by different. Like, there's no industry on the other ones.
Okay.
Or at least not the same way.
I was angling. I was trying to say, like, if we're in the same time, not necessarily the same, like the right plane, but time-wise.
Gotcha. Same timeline. That would probably. I would let you re-roll that for an Arcana check, because that's a different question.
Okay. That is a 19.
A 19. Time travel is not something you are explicitly familiar with. You are, because you do have some minor experience with planar travel. You do know that time skips and time reversals with the big planes do happen.
Okay.
And that it's honestly entirely possible that you fell into another plane. And like, thinking about the display and that you landed in like an earthen, scorched desert, like, it feels more likely that you went from one plane back to another, or to another. But you can't. There's no discernible features. Like, you can't look up in the sky and see different stars. It's too, like, overcast and cloudy to really see the sky.
Okay.
Outside of, like, omnipresent dark. So there's no discernible way to tell whether or not time has shifted.
Well, I don't want to cause a panic, but I'm reasonably confident that as we were traveling using this strange vessel, that we may have changed planes at least twice. We are most likely on one of the material planes, but I can't be sure which. Well, I can be sure that it isn't the... Wait, did you say Shadowfell doesn't have nighttime?
Feywild has no nighttime.
Feywild.
The
Okay, that's what I thought.
Shadowfell is exclusively nighttime.
I am reasonably confident we are not in Feywilds, but there's also the possibility that we are not... We could be in the right place, but not in the right time. How long has it been? It's only been like...
It's
Not even an
maybe
hour.
been 30 minutes since she's been unconscious. Between running through the city, fighting the hosts, and climbing up the cliffs, maybe 30 minutes.
I'm gonna attempt to shake her awake.
All right, could you make me a medicine check?
I can make you a knowledge nature check, because I
Which
can use
your
that in the
skills
room.
allow you to interact
And
with the
that's
same.
a natural 1.
What's the total?
The total is an 8.
Wow.
Total is an 8. So you
Worst doctor ever.
I'm sorry, I can't control the roll.
yeah, you do your cursory look. Kappa physiology is not something you are intimately familiar with. It's close enough to humanoid and turtle and reptilian humanoids that you're reasonably confident that she's not going to die, that she's incredibly stable, but short of healing potion or healing spells, you don't think you can wake her up.
I'll say all my gear is on me, by the way.
She does have a pack and lots of pouches and pockets. She is wearing clothes.
I guess I'll start going through her stuff.
All right.
I'm looking for something that may help.
You find. I tell
Okay,
him,
so then that leads me to a tricky DM question there. How paranoid is Michellangelo, and how well does she hide things on herself?
I would say that her sticks she doesn't hide very hard, but they're not labeled. So she knows what goes in what pocket, but
Gotcha.
no one else would know what they do.
All right, but nothing's particularly hidden.
I don't think so.
Cool. Then let him know what he finds in the most general terms possible.
Yeah, you find like outfits, several weapons, a bunch of sticks.
They are all wands. You can tell that most of those sticks are wands.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Most of them.
Most of what she's carrying is wands. Like, hold on, let me give you a number of just how many sticks or wands there are. 200?
200?
Yeah, it's just like a bundle of sticks. All of them intricately carved, all of them clearly magical and
You have 200 wands.
I do.
Is that what you spent literally all of your money on?
Just about. I needed them.
I guess I am going to,
Just pick a wand. Pick a wand. Here, I'm gonna screenshot this to you, Justin.
Okay.
So you know what and how many, and if he needs to roll
okay,
a die.
I'm going to go ahead and grab, we'll say, 15 wands.
Okay.
15 wands. Then I'm going to create an extract of identify on myself, for myself.
Solid. That I feel like is a good idea.
And it lasts 15 rounds, so I'm gonna attempt to identify a wand each round if you'll allow me to.
Okay.
I don't know if, yeah, it's up to you on how many I can actually, like, how
I feel like
quickly I can
15
identify.
rounds. Technically, I want to say identifying a thing isn't that long. Let me pull it up. This is an actual skill that you could do.
Oh, I guess it does say target area cone-shaped emanation. It's not just on me. It's a
Yeah, so you have
60-foot
detect
cone.
magic. That part is not because you do have the functionally detect magic plus the additional effects from identify. I just need to look at what appraise does.
This is a +10 enhancement bonus on spellcraft checks.
Spellcraft, thank you. Okay,
Which-
identify a spell.
I have no ranks in. And it's trained.
Yeah, there's enough overlap because there's a lot of the same kinds of wands.
Are you grabbing? Are you grabbing randomly, or are you picking from the same like area?
I guess that's a good question. Do you group up all your wands separately,
So is it literally a bundle of wands, or is it a loose collection of wands in different pockets?
There's like a loose collection, but there's lots of pockets. So and air. Like it's mostly, I'd imagine it's in my shell. So
I'm gonna go pocket by pocket. Like I'm gonna keep pocketed wands together.
okay.
I guess I also secondary question: did you get all of these from the same source?
Me, yes.
Yes. So you can, after like starting to pull stuff out, you can tell of the 1, 2, 3, 4 types of wands. There are 4 basic designs to wands.
Okay.
So
So
that's something
there's.
you can just eyeball after pulling out a shit ton of wands.
You telling me you have 50 wands, each of 4 different types of wand,
There's only one way to find out.
each of them with 50 charges. Okay. Well, I guess if I can recognize that there's only 4 general types of wands, I'll just identify those 4 general types.
All right. So could you make me 4 spellcraft checks with it'll be intelligence plus that plus 10.
Yeah. $24, 28, 15, and a 23.
All right. You can determine all of them.
15 was a nat 1.
Whoa, gross.
Okay, so yeah, that makes all of them because none of them are particularly high level spells.
Oh, sorry.
So the first,
Subtract 1 from each of those. So lowest would have been 14.
okay, so you've identified 3 of them. So there is a
Okay.
wand of virtue,
Okay.
which with a touch you infuse a creature with a tiny surge of life, granting the subject 1 temporary hit point.
Okay.
There is a wand of create water.
Okay.
There is a wand of mage armor,
Okay.
and there's a wand of pass without a trace.
You have 50 wands to pass without a trace because you thought that it was the 5e pass without a trace, I bet.
Maybe. So I was so disappointed when I found out that it wasn't the same. I was like, I spent good money on those.
Oh boy.
It's all right. It worked out.
That's why we read spell descriptions.
That's right.
Yes, lesson learned, I guess. Okay, so I'll go ahead and attempt to use a wand of virtue on Michellangelo.
So here's what I'm going to do. So normally temporary hit points and unconscious people do not do anything.
Okay.
That being said, you are a doctor.
Wait,
Whose
they
definition of what you do is magical biological experimentation. That is like the literal definition of your doctorate degree.
Pretty much.
So I will let you do another medicine or knowledge nature check to give her 1 temporary hit point, which will bring her to consciousness.
I rolled a 2. So that's a total of 9. Knowledge nature. I'm so
You know
sorry.
what? I'm going to
I am trying here.
purely because I don't want to have an entire session where Jessica is asleep.
Thank you.
Because that sounds profoundly boring for her.
I literally.
If that fails, I'll use wand of create water and splash some water on her face.
I mean, I literally thought that this would bring someone back to life, which is the only reason why I bothered buying them. But I see it says temporary hit point. However you want to rule that.
Good berries are the great 1 hit point spell.
Dang it. Should have done.
So that's 100 of the 200 wands that are not super useful.
Wow.
Create water and mage armor though are great spells
Yep.
that are literally necessary for your character's survival.
Do I wake up now?
You wake up, you are groggy, you feel horrible. There is like this dry taste in the back of your throat, like you're being magically kept awake.
Mhm.
It's like that. Have you ever stayed awake and then, in an attempt to having to stay awake longer, caffeinated yourself to the point where your body doesn't even feel real?
No.
No, but I have stayed up way too late that it's like, well, I might as well just die. Like, I don't feel myself anymore. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, you don't feel great. You were at 1 hit point and 1 temporary hit point.
I'm gonna reach into my shell and create water, and pour it in my head.
Yeah, there's actually like a second where it's like you have to go through a couple of your pockets in your shell
Someone
because
move
they're
these.
empty.
Someone move these.
But you do pretty quickly find
fix my bandana.
and that does clear up some of the headache. It does clear up some of like the worst effects to the point where you still don't feel great, but you feel a ton better.
I don't know what kind of day you're having, but this is not a good one. But I'm gonna try something. I hope it works. Cure wounds.
You cast Cure Wounds on yourself. It works normally.
Thank goodness! Oh, and I rolled an 8. Okay, so
that's good.
I'm up to 9 with 1 temporary hit point.
Fantastic. Could you roll me a d20, please?
No! I can't die. That's a 6. I am going to kill myself with a Cure Wounds spell.
So normally Cure Wounds, I'd say your magic is very like watery feeling. You are always free to correct me when I make these assumptions about your characters, obviously.
This is great.
But I feel like my interpretation of what your magic is like you heal yourself and it's like a cool rush of water. It's like refreshing. Like that is a normal state. You heal yourself, but it feels like when you touch yourself, like there's like this icy prick into your thing. You actually like feel like this frostbitten handprint that you leave on your chest. You're healed, but in a painful, frosty way.
Doctor, what's happening?
I'm going to let you, you have a chance for either Arcana or Knowledge Planes for both of you. And I guess technically Florida does Arcana as well.
Fascinating. Do you require water to be on the top of your head to survive?
I'm going to do Arcana. 15.
Well, that's a trash roll. So you said 15?
Yeah.
Arcana,
15.
23.
23.
Do you require water to be on the top of your head to survive?
Yes.
Interesting. And you appear to have frostbitten yourself. Is there any reason for that? Do you heal from that kind of thing?
No. I mean, I feel better, but it's not normal.
Displays self-harm tendencies. Interesting. Interesting. You'll make a very interesting subject.
Michellangelo, you can't quite think straight, like trying to parse out magic while in pain, while like that backlash of like you've had multiple healings, and so your body thinks like it should still be in more pain than it is. Like there are some like real like there are some real like psychological downsides to rapid magical healing. Because like the brain is not normally designed for that kind of like rapid change in the positive direction. Dr. Inwood, you're familiar enough with magic, and you're familiar enough with low-level magic that you can tell that she cast Cure Wounds on herself when she gave herself that frostbite. And you think that there might be some form of wild magic at play here that has altered the nature of the spell she just cast. And you think it's an external wild magic source, not something innate to her. she's not like a wild magic sorceress. You think perhaps you are not on the prime material plane.
I think I realized something.
Yes, what's that?
Well, my head doesn't feel really good, so I'm gonna try that again. Cure wounds.
Cool. Start by rolling the number for how much you heal.
Okay, crap, I rolled low, so now I'm at 11.
Roll me a d20.
2.
2. So you put your hands on there, and as you pull it away, a singular, like, light blue, faintly glowing mushroom grows itself off of your scales. It just pulses with your heartbeat.
Perhaps you should do it again.
Okay, I'll do it my third time. 9. Oh, that's amazing. I'm at 20 health right now. Okay, roll a d20. Take it. That's a 5.
That is a 5. You place your hand on yourself, and you feel the normal warm, or not warm, cool, refreshing water feeling that your magically normally takes as it washes over you, and the like blue mushroom, the light fades from it and it falls off your scales, and the frostbite pain just disappears, and you feel a ton better.
Oh.
I'm gonna pick up that mushroom.
Well, don't touch that. That's probably not good for your health. I mean, that came from me, and I've never made one of those before.
Yes, it's important for research, possibly. Do you normally sprout mushrooms?
You know what? Great question. I think when I fell through the floor, I hit my head really hard.
Oh, you certainly did.
There was this guy named Shopko that knew me, but I didn't remember him. I'm pretty sure I have brain damage, so maybe I'm part mushroom, and I just don't remember. How long have we known each other, Doctor? Have we been friends? I don't remember you before like a few days ago.
Calm down, calm down. There's no need for hysterics. We've only known each other for a short while.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Does you have brain damage?
No.
Okay, well, who's Shopko?
I don't know.
Well, he knows me, so
Yes, he
I have
showed
brain
up.
damage.
Evidently, he knows all of us.
Where are we?
I believe we may potentially be in Shadowfell.
Is that like a mall?
It is another plane of existence that closely mirrors our own plane, with important differences, like interfering with magic. It doesn't affect myself, and I guess that it wouldn't affect our good dwarf here.
Sounds like a mall.
I'm not sure you know what that means, but perhaps we should get back onto the ship, the vessel, and see if we can hop to our correct plane.
Okay, with EcoJet?
The plane that EcoJet is on, yes.
No, the ship that he's on.
No. No, on the floating city.
Is it just floating right there, Justin? Like, it's literally...
You are free to look over the cliff.
I'm gonna... I'll look over the cliff.
Looking straight down, the city appears to still be there. It's quite dark, so like almost like foggy, looking down at it.
Well, I didn't know there
There's
was
no lights coming off from it, so it's kind of hard to see it.
Uh-huh. Shoot, why didn't we see these cliffs here before? We could have just like walked around. We could have looked at the city from up here.
No, the city has moved.
It's right there.
We were in the North Sea when we found the city. I moved this city from its location where we found it to try to get it back to the base. I seem to inadvertently gotten to the right location, just in the wrong plane.
I think I really hit my head hard.
You did, but that's not causing the confusion.
Okay. We'll lead the way then, Doctor.
Do you feel up for a climb?
Let me try to remember my climbing abilities. Yeah, I'm okay at climbing.
Okay, well, if you do fall, aim for the water and not the ship.
That's a great idea. I will most certainly do that. Thank you.
Excellent. So,
Florida, do you have any input on this?
I don't particularly want to stay here. This place gives me... I don't enjoy this location. I'm also going to say that with your guys' passive perceptions, you do see maybe 20 or 30 feet away, like this faint blue light. Not even light, just like this faint blue glow, just barely brighter than the darkness around you, creeping up from the plains.
Like
Or
on the
from
cliff?
the grassland
Okay.
near you.
I think now may be a good time to make an exit to the ship.
Okay. Whatever you say. You're the doctor.
Yes, I am.
What kind of doctor are you again?
A doctor.
Right. There's only one kind of doctor. Let's go. I don't know why I asked that.
He's just gonna... Dr. Inwood's just gonna, like, share a look with, like, Marcus.
And Marcus is actually going to, while you guys start climbing down, he's going to watch that light a little bit more before he heads down.
Okay.
Do you need us to make climb checks?
Yes, unless you got a climb speed.
Oh, do I have climb speed? Let me look.
I very much doubt it.
Do not underestimate my Kappa.
That is a 15 for me.
15.
I don't. So 20.
20, okay. So the cliff itself is, I'm going to say probably close to 100 feet. With your climb checks, you can move half your base speed,
Oh crap.
which will put...
I'm going 10 feet.
You're going 10 feet.
Per round.
It's 10 rounds.
You're going 10 feet per round, so you're moving slow.
Mhm.
Florida... Fuck me.
Does she fall?
Florida is moving faster than you guys. She catches a wet, slippery spot. She's probably within 5 foot arm's reach of you guys when this happens, where she hits like this wet, slick moss, and with her natural one, just completely falls.
Can I grab her?
Yes, you can make me an acrobatics check.
Are both of us within range or just one?
Both of you would be in range because this is at the very beginning of your climb.
Okay.
23.
Do you want me to acrobatics or help action?
Your call.
I'm gonna give you a help because my acrobatics is
So
a
you
plus
hold
one.
on to me and I'll hold on to her.
Yeah.
23.
23 plus 4 is 27. So you grab onto her, no problem. She is 270 pounds of like pure muscle and sword. So you are going to, with the help action, make me a flat strength check.
Oh, great. 14.
Is that with or without a plus 4?
That's with my bonus strength plus 1. So I rolled a 13 plus 1 modifier to strength.
Okay.
So 18 total.
Okay.
Okay. I will say 18 just barely keeps Florida from ripping out of your hands. You are full Captain America Civil War, Florida and Dr. Inwood. You don't even have arms on the cliff anymore. You're just like, ah!
It's amazing.
Swing her into the wall, and she just like grabs on.
Well, that could have been bad. Let's keep going.
Let's perhaps try to go carefully. There's no need to rush.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should have gotten.
I will say that if you move at quarter speed, that you do not have to make checks.
Okay, I'll go 5 feet in 6 seconds.
Are we needing to? I got a
I will.
total of 15. How many checks do we need to make? Is it for every 15 feet we move?
It'll be every 15 feet for you. It'll be every 10 feet for
I'm gonna take
our Kappa friend here.
my time. The whole time thinking, man, I really should have just bought some wands of Featherfall.
Also would have been useful for you. So you were moving slowly.
Multiple
Marcus
times.
will come down, and luckily he can make his own handholds. So he's going to, even though he can move at full speed, no problem, he is going to match speed probably midway between you guys.
Very kind of him.
So you guys get maybe 30, 40 feet down, which is, you're still moving fairly quickly because this is like round around. You're moving like 15 feet in 6 seconds. That's still not slow by any, or not 15. At quarter speed, you'd be moving.
I'm moving 5
You'd be
feet.
moving 5. They'd be moving
7.5.
7.5. So you'd all be
Little
moving about roughly the same speed. So you get maybe like 30-ish feet down as you watch. If any of you look up, I guess, is the question. But again, I have a better pointer here. That is way more abysmal on their stealth.
I'll be
checks.
looking
Never
up
mind.
since I'll be the last one. Like
You do, all of you with your passive perception see the blue light crest over the edge of the cliff as these like small tentacled skull face things start crawling down the cliffs towards you. Let
Whoa.
me.
Are they
whoa!
catching up to us?
Yes, they have a climb speed of 30 feet.
Can I just let go?
You can indeed let go and fall the 70 feet that you.
Never mind. That's a bad idea. I thought we were just 30
I think
feet away.
now may be a good time to pick up the pace.
I might fall anyways.
And then you will see a picture in the chat amongst yourself.
Oh gosh.
Just roughly what these things look like.
Octopuses, skulls, or
Nice.
tri-octopuses.
Mm-hmm. And the place where they have blue flames, as they get closer to you guys, and they will get closer, you look are actually like fungal formations growing on their bodies. And there appears to be 2 of them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So resting on there, they don't have a surprise round because they've completely fucking tracked that with their abysmal stealth rolls. We are going to just go straight into initiative.
All right.
Hey!
Let me get some actual battle music. Hang on. That's disgusting.
What? I got a 20. 20 total.
Yeah, see, I got
Minecraft
31.
ambiance
Total.
is not battle music.
Hold on, I'm getting there.
He's working on it.
I'm doing 2 things at once. You can mute the bot commands, by the way, Justin, so you're not hearing the
You can-
doodle-loop.
Oh yeah.
every time.
Oofta. Fuck me. Your compatriots are higher levels than you and are just dominant on their rolls tonight. All right, so who has 20 to 25?
20.
31.
Oh, gross.
Okay.
Gross. That's not. That
I
can't be legal. That can't. What'd you
24,
roll?
31.
rolled a
Marcus
19.
has
I
a
rolled a
great old
19.
5. Marcus has a 5. Florida has a 10. So, Michellangelo, you go first. You are clinging to a cliff, moving significantly slower than these things, and they do appear to be rushing towards you. They have not made any hostile
It's true.
actions towards you.
It's true.
That being said, they do have tentacles and skulls
They look a little creepy.
for faces.
How high am I? You said 70 feet still to go for me?
You have 70 feet from the
Oh my
from the ship.
Okay.
A little bit higher for the probably close to 100 feet to the ocean. And that's, you are at a cliff edge, so that's how soft that is kind of critical role.
Okay, I'm going as fast as I can down this thing.
Fast as you can. I will let you move at full speed for a higher DC.
Okay. I'm at 20! 25 total!
25 is the DC for moving full speed.
Yes! Yep.
It is a steep, wet cliff.
Yep.
Sheer cliff.
I mean,
so
my
lucky.
hands are occupied. I can't bring out an instrument. I can't attack. I'm just going.
Yeah, you move your full speed, which is, for a full round action, 4 times your movement speed. So you do, in one round, make it to
The bottom of the cliff?
the bottom.
See ya!
You watch as this slow climbing turtle is just like fucking gone.
When there's danger, I'm out.
Which will bring us to the first of the Fear Eaters.
Oh, crap.
That's a name.
Yeah, that plus 10 to initiative is very
Wow.
so the first Fear Eater is, I guess, is gonna go for you, Dr. Inwood. You are technically the one with the slowest climb speed.
Okay.
Oh, Marcus was between us. Marcus
was between you guys. So no, they're gonna go for Marcus first.
Okay.
Never mind. You were right. I forgot I said that. Thank you for reminding.
It's okay.
So yeah, that first one is gonna go for Marcus and is gonna swing and is going to make 2 of its raking tentacle attacks against Marcus. Which, fuck me, both of them hit.
This is not how Marcus dies. We know this is not how Marcus dies.
That's true. Luckily, I'm pretty sure Marcus is going to be able to make the fortitude check.
Don't say that.
All right, so Marcus is going to take a total of 11 points of slashing damage, and he's going to make 2 fortitude checks for one for each attack. Fucking crushes it.
Nice.
There's this puff of blue luminescence as each of the tentacles slam into him, and they are going. Which takes us to the second Fear Eater. No, that's not useful. I think the second Fear Eater is going to cast. Second Fear Eater is actually going to launch itself off and cast Featherfall on itself.
Jerk!
And is going to land down on the bottom right in front of you, Michellangelo, which does provoke an attack of opportunity from you, Dr. Inwood, as it falls past.
Ooh, get it.
Okay.
And same with Florida and Marcus. Which, holy shit, those are bad rolls. No.
Okay, I guess it's just a normal unarmed strike. So it's gonna be non-lethal. That's a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
That is 7 points of non-lethal damage.
7 points of non-lethal. Alrighty. Yeah, you swing out and you just clock this thing. And it does actually send it off course, so it's not quite as close to Michellangelo when it lands. So it's probably closer to 20 feet away from you versus right up on you. It doesn't have quite the same level of control on its fall, which brings us to Dr. Inwood. It is your turn.
Okay.
There is a one on the deck of one of the star points that is like pressed up against the cliff face, and then there's one that's currently engaged with Marcus, who's probably about 5 feet above you.
Okay. The water at the bottom of the cliff. So, a couple of questions, I guess. Does
Go
it
for
look
it.
like there's an easy way onto the side of onto the arm of the ship from the water?
Yes. So the arms of the ships, where the points of the triangles meet inside of the city, there's actually like a flat ramp that almost looks like a boat ramp. So swimming onto it that's how you got onto the ship the first time, is the Kelpie swam up onto that ramp.
Okay.
So you feel like getting into the water and climbing up there is not a particularly physically taxing thing. It is like maybe 40 feet from the tip of the star where the cliff is to where that ramp is.
Okay.
And then it's about 15 feet of the deck of the ship is 15 feet above the water.
Okay. And then the water at the base of the cliff, does it look like there are, like it's deep, or that there are like rocks and it's shallow?
It's craggy and rocky, and
Okay.
it looks like you'd have to be particularly careful to land in it, or you'd have to push yourself off decent ways before you landed into the water.
How far of a decent ways?
Probably let's say like 7 feet horizontal jump.
Oh, okay.
Which
okay.
is doable. It's just harder because it's not a running jump.
But if I'm 100 feet above the level of the water...
That's doable for sure. The physics behind it's not bad.
Just don't slip on your jump.
Like, I think you'd have to roll below a 5 for you to fuck up that jump, to hit the rock.
Just turn into a goldfish.
That would be great.
Okay. No, it's like too far. I'm looking at the falling into water thing. Like I had to look at those because I didn't know what the rules were. And there's a straight up chance that if I don't succeed, well, I'll just knock myself out. I won't die, but I'll be knocked unconscious potentially.
and floating in the water.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll just do a climb check to keep on going down.
All right. Same as before. There is you can move quarter speed without really any checks. You can move your full movement speed for a 25 DC climb check, or you can do a 20 check to move half speed.
A 20 check to move half speed?
Sorry, 15. Wrong number.
Is it a 25 for full speed then still?
Mm-hmm.
25 for full speed,
Okay.
yes.
We're going to do half speed because I cannot get 25, even with a natural 20.
I got so lucky.
And that's a 12. I'm not super buffed up right now, so.
Yeah, you're moving down. You do make quarter speed, but without you, there it's just slippery and it's hard to move. And it's just you prioritize not falling over moving in this moment.
Okay.
You do
Marcus,
still
this is
technically have a standard action if you would like to.
Marcus, this is rather slow going. Just hold it off as long as you can.
Meat shield.
And I don't really have anything to help me in this situation. Actually, how far away is the other skeleton thing with the tentacles and the fungus from me? The one that's next to Marcus.
One next to Marcus, about 10 feet.
Do I need both hands to create an extract?
I would require you to make me a dexterity check, but technically no, you could do it. It's just going to be kind of a pain in the ass.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt to create the extract for adhesive spittle.
Okay.
Dexterity is only a +1 because I'm a melee alchemist. That is an unnatural 20.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I was going to say adhesive spittle is an 11, so I was just going to do... so first level extract, so I was going to do DC 11. So totally doable. You keep everything really just like well organized on your person is really what's the key here. So you pull out and you like deftly are just like everything's pre-measured out, so you don't even have to like. Some alchemists, they try and like do the measuring on the fly, or they measure with their heart. Every extract you have prepared for the day is carefully measured out. It's carefully packaged with everything. So it's just a matter of you lose a stopper, so you're going to have to replace the stopper in the particular vial that you're using to combine everything in. Mm-hmm. So you do have to like shake it and like stir everything together with using your thumb as a cork to keep stuff from spilling out. But down it goes, and you have adhesive spittle.
Okay, I'm gonna spit it at the fungus skull thing. It needs to make a reflex save.
Reflex it's good. Dexterity is their thing.
Bummer.
That is 28.
Yeah, that definitely succeeds.
Rough.
But it's not a complete thing. It's a partial.
It's a partial negation, I believe.
Yes. Okay, it can now only move at half speed.
Okay. Yeah, you watch as this adhesive glob just launches and it twists mostly out of the way, but one of its tentacles does just get stuck on to the edge of onto the cliff itself.
The cliff face.
Cliff face, that's the word I'm looking
How long
for.
does it last?
Huh?
How long does it last?
It lasts. Well, it creates a Tanglefoot bag, so it lasts until the Tanglefoot bag is destroyed, essentially. Like the Tanglefoot bag is destroyed.
Gotcha.
I could have held on to it for 5 rounds. Held the spell or the extract for 5 rounds, but it's yeah. The effect literally just says spit a Tanglefoot bag at a creature.
All right. Florida is going to make what I, Justin, believe is a terrible decision, but alas, she is literally a crazy person. She is going to look down, see this thing adjacent to Michellangelo. She's going to twist herself very carefully and is going to, as she jumps off and pulls and launches herself down towards this thing, she is going to draw her sword. So what is going to happen here is she's going to make an athletics or an acrobatics check to reduce some damage, and then she's also going to make another athletics check to try and transfer the damage from her fall into her next attack.
Oh my goodness.
That is a natural 20 to reduce the damage.
Go, Florida!
And that is a natural 2 on reducing the damage. So she goes full Bruce Banner Ragnarok right in front of this fucker. Which means she's going to take 66 points of bludgeoning damage plus 1d6 non-lethal damage. Which... Okay. That's 28 points of bludgeoning damage. And 5 points of non-lethal damage.
I actually I would be alive and conscious with 1 point of non-lethal damage left.
Maybe keep climbing.
Florida is fine.
Ish.
Is prone in front of this creature, but is conscious. Is not at 0 hit points. So things could be worse.
Yeah, it's all good.
Which takes us to Marcus, who is going to use his kinetic knight ability because he's got that archetype, because I fucking love that archetype, to do a kinetic weapon. And he's going to do a combo blade of stone and telekinetic force and just hammer this skull. Which we'll see. That is a nope. I am rolling utter trash for these guys today. So just this big hammer with this translucent floating, this hammer of translucent energy with floating rocks and a big crystalline hammerhead forms in his hand as he swings back and tries to crush this creature and doesn't do anything. And he's going to stay there. He's going to be the brunt of this creature's attack, as he's going to let his team try to repel safely.
Sure.
Which brings us to Michellangelo.
Okay,
Who-
yeah, I'm down by this thing and Florida. Are these things my size and or smaller?
No, these things are bigger than you. They are about the size of a human person.
Well, there goes that idea. All right. Well, I will go ahead and shoot. I will do 2 claw attacks, I guess. Well, I can't because I'm not grappling it. So I will do a. I will pull out my nunchaku. Is that how you, nunchucks, basically? And in Japanese, which I looked this up, Anata Inoshi, which means death to you! And I'm going to attack it with my nunchucks. And I rolled a 2.
Oh.
But it's a +12. Does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
Okay.
I'm guessing these guys have, like...
I'm going to take a 5-step back.
I'm guessing their dex is, like,
And that's my turn.
maybe as crazy as yours.
We'll see.
I am going to say that the creature was 20 feet away from you at the beginning of your turn. So if you do take a 5-foot step back, it will get an attack of opportunity against you.
You had to move to it.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I thought it was right in front of me. Great. Yeah,
because
I
I
won't
punched
move.
it.
I will not move.
Okay, so you're staying right up in its grill.
Yep. There's
All right.
2 of them, right? Aren't there
There's
2?
one down low and there's one up
Yeah,
high.
the one
The
down
one's
low.
fighting Marcus up on the cliff, and then there's the one
Gotcha.
down there with you in Florida.
Gotcha. Yep.
Mhm.
Just shoot. All right. Let's go.
Yeah. Then that'll take us to the first of the Fear Eaters, who is up by Marcus, who is... Normally I'd wait, but I think it doesn't quite like the level of force that happened right there, and it's feeling trapped. So it's going to cast Paranoia on Marcus.
Oh no.
So Marcus is going to make a will save, which shockingly is not his stat.
What?
That is the 3 plus 2.
At least it's not minus.
Don't look at me. I have a 0. Unless it's against mind affecting effects, and then I have a +2.
Let's see.
For Will?
Mhm.
Yep, that's where I thought. Okay. He is affected by paranoia, and you watch as like these cloud of like blue light, almost like vapor, gets like inked out of the squid portion of this thing towards him, and you watch as like it inhales into him, and he's like frantic and like looking around, which will take us to the other one who. I mean, a prone target is pretty fucking good. It's going to take 2 attacks against Florida with its slashing tentacles. Which, with Florida's flat-footed, both hit. All right, that is... Florida takes 10 points of slashing damage. She has to make 2 fortitude checks.
Oh dear.
And she failed both, I believe. Yeah, she fails both of them. She's infected by anxiety spores. As the blue spores from the creature infect her, and she's got a cumulative -2 penalty to her saving throws against emotional manipulation effects.
Emotional. Great.
Like cause fear or things like that.
Oh, yes.
Oh boy.
All right. Which brings us to Dr. Inwood.
Okay, so if I moved at quarter speed, I'm now 92.5 feet above the water level, roughly.
Correct.
Under 100 feet.
Yes.
I think I have to jump.
Wait, no, we were 70 feet when we started
70
initiative.
feet from the deck of the
Ship.
of the ship.
Oh, you're going to
100
the
feet
water.
from the water.
Right.
The ship is pretty tall.
I don't want to
You're
jump for
gonna
the ship.
jump. Are we abandoning Florida and Marcus right now? Is that what
No,
we're
I'm
doing?
jumping down into the water so I can get to you and Florida
Okay.
sooner. Marcus can climb down by himself.
Marcus can move full speed.
The only reason Marcus is up there is because I'm up there, and I'm
Okay.
kind of helpless up there.
All right, jump away.
So
Fly
I'm going
boy.
to attempt to push out from the wall and dive into the water.
Dive?
Yes.
All right.
Or like land feet first, but that's the verbiage that's used for the falling in water rules in Pathfinder.
Yeah, but feet first. It's still a dive. Technically, it's just a feet first dive. But yes, make me an acrobatics check.
For pushing off?
Yes, for pushing off. It's just gonna be.
Could I argue for strength?
Yeah, for pushing off, acrobatics jump check, I'm totally down with strength.
Okay. That's a 17 total.
7 total?
17.
17. Oh, yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah, you push off and you twist. You're going to need to make me another acrobatics check to reduce some of the non-lethal damage you're going to take.
I can, for jumping in the water, I can also make a swim check.
Correct.
I'm going to make the swim check.
Gotcha.
That is a 12 total.
12 total, so that does not...
Nope. It was a long shot.
That's all right. So, let's see. Okay, so reduce that down to 70 feet of falling with damage. Down another 20 is 50 feet of damage. So we're gonna do 5 d6 of lethal damage plus 2d3 of, I'm just going to do 1d6 of non-lethal damage. So we're going to do the lethal damage first, which that's a mixed bag. That's 16 points of lethal damage and 1 point of non-lethal damage, which is probably one of the better rolls you could have got.
That's pretty low.
I mean, with 5d6, it couldn't have killed me, and it was unlikely that I would get knocked unconscious. So 16 lethal, 1 non-lethal?
Yep.
Okay. So that hurt, but I'm okay.
And you are conscious and capable of moving next round.
Okay.
All right, which then takes us to Florida, who is going to get up. She's going to... Oh, fuck. Getting up provokes attacks of opportunity. So it's going to take another slashing tentacle attack.
Can she crawl away first and then stand up?
She crawls
Also
farther,
provoke attack of
if she
opportunity.
crawls farther than 5 feet, then yeah, another one.
But it's got reach, so it's not going to help them.
Aw.
But an unnatural 20 does hit her AC. So she's going to take another 6 points of slashing damage. It has to make another fortitude check. Natural 20,
Nice.
which means she has one save for the anxiety spores. So it's only at a -2 penalty right now.
Oh man.
Alright, and now it's Marcus's turn. Marcus is paranoid. He doesn't have he's not flanked by hostile creatures, so he's not at any penalties right now. I think he's going to want to try and get away as far away from everybody as possible. Yeah, I think Marcus is going to take is going to take a point of burn, is going to do a kinetic leap, which is a +10 to his acrobatics checks. As he basically uses telekinesis and the rocks beneath him to just launch himself out vertically, which will provoke an attack of opportunity from that's a natural 1, so nope. And he just launches himself out with an acrobatics check of also a natural 1.
No, Marcus!
Just
whoa!
Just
Fuck
flying.
Gonna create a crater.
Goddamn. Okay.
Gosh.
I think he's your father, high or low?
Hi.
Okay. So he's gonna land in the water.
Is that better?
Better than landing on the ship.
Oh, that's true.
Even without a successful reflex, it reduces the fall distance of the non-lethal by 30 feet, and then it reduces the lethal damage or non-lethal damage too. So it's always better to jump in the water.
He's 100 feet up, so that's 20 feet off of fall damage, which is not 80 feet, plus an additional. So he's going to take 66 lethal. Okay. 10, 22. He's going to take 23 bludgeoning damage plus
He's
6 non-lethal. He's a sack of fucking hit points, so he is fine. He is in the water. He is a kineticist.
Yeah, it's just he's literally dependent on Constitution and Dex, and that is it. Unless he's built to be melee, and then it's Constitution and Strength.
All right, Michellangelo.
Florida, do you got this? I'm gonna go for the ship.
You're on the ship.
I'm on the ship?
You're on the ship. I'm in the water. Marcus is
You're
in the water.
at the very
You're in Florida.
far point of the star on the ship.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, crap. We need to finish these things off. I'm going to take a 5-foot step back, pull out a wand of mage armor, and I'm going to cast it on Florida.
All right.
I don't know if that's going to do anything to her, but we'll see.
I honestly do not know.
Is she wearing armor?
No, she is not. But that's...
Perfect.
And mage armor in Pathfinder doesn't matter if you're wearing armor or not. One creature touched. Okay, yeah. So she gets a +4 to her AC.
Yep.
Which ups her to 22. So that's definitely helpful.
Great. Yes, it is.
And you only took a 5-foot step back,
yep,
correct?
Only a 5-foot step, yep.
Okay, that'll be your turn, which takes us to
Don't die.
the Fear Eater up top. Can't jump because he's stuck to the wall. He's got to drag that. So I guess he's going to have to make a strength check, which they are not great at, to destroy the Tanglefoot bag. Which he's got a plus 2 to strength, so dirty 20. Which I'm just going to go off of your spell DC. What's your spell DC?
14.
14? Okay. So he does destroy the bag, but that's going to be his entire turn. And the second one... Does he have something that is...
Oh, thanks for putting those away. Can I have a bite of that one? I guess so.
Okay, that spell is low enough level. Sick. Excellent. It is going to cast its one use of the spell Fear. So I'm going to need a will save from Michellangelo and Florida.
Yes.
You need to make a will save
Oh no!
against the spell Fear.
Yeah, Florida is panicked. Her natural 2 on the roll, plus the -2 to her emotion-based skills, plus her will saves.
8.
8. All right, so you are panicked, which, if we'll pull up that effect, a panicked creature must drop anything it holds and flee at top speed away from the source of its fear, as well as any other dangers it encounters along a random path. It can't take any actions. It can't take any other actions. In addition, the creature takes a -2 penalty to all saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks.
Alright.
If cornered, a panicked creature cowers and does not attack, typically using the total defense action in combat. A panicked creature can use special abilities, including spells, to flee. Indeed, if the creature must use such means if they are the only way to escape.
I dropped my useless wand of mage armor and my nunchucks
You're useless?
because I just used it.
You know those have more than one charge, right?
Not the one she bought. She bought the cheap one-time use wands. That's why she's got so many.
That's why I have so many.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
I don't even know if I made myself a deal or not, but that's what it is. That's why I have 200.
So you
Man.
have 50 single-use wands instead of one 50-use wand.
But it's somehow cheaper.
But material costs, you're paying for 50, just like the wood, just alone, right? It's 50 times more expensive than material.
Judge me!
At least Pathfinder's crafting mechanics made sense.
Don't judge my inventory. You want to show me yours?
I don't really have much in my inventory.
Well, next time you pass out. and I
Everything
need
in my
to carry you.
inventory I'm wearing, for the most part.
Mm-hmm. All right. That'll be its turn, which will take us to Florida, who is panicked. She's going to drop her sword. And which way? I guess literally the safest place for her to run is to jump into the ocean.
Oh no!
So she is going to just dive. Just book it, dive. She's going to provoke an attack of opportunity with a crit.
But she has mage armor. Oh, it doesn't matter because it's probably really high.
No.
I don't think the +4 helps against the natural 20. Even with bonuses, or even without bonuses, I think.
The tentacle lashes out, just grabs her leg, and just yanks her down to the ground. Which the cumulative hit of her falling, plus the serration damage from the tentacles is enough to bring her to unconsciousness.
Oh crap!
Oh no! Did she fall into the water then, or is she just stopped?
No, she does not get far enough away. The attack of opportunity was enough that she is not at 0 hit points. I'm going to be clear on this.
Mm-hmm.
The non-lethal damage is what fucked her.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Marcus's turn. Marcus is closest to Dr. Inwood. He is paranoid. Everyone is hostile to him.
Well, I'm in the water.
No, Marcus fell in the water as well.
He's in the water
He's
too.
okay, he's actually close to me. Okay. I thought he was just off in whatever direction.
No, there's literally, you either land in the water, you land on the rocks, or you land on the spar. The way it's pushed up against it, there's not a lot of room to really land anywhere else.
Okay.
So Marcus is going to just do a loose telekinetic blast at you.
At me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone is an enemy while he's paranoid.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's paranoia, which is different mechanic.
Does a 3 hit?
No.
Oh,
No, it does not.
That's good.
I guess with his additives, does a 7 hit?
No, it does not. Not even close.
Sick. So there's this bolt of raw force just loosens out from him as he's trying to swim and right himself, and he's just fucking losing it. Michellangelo, you have to run away from this creature as fast as you can. If you have any special abilities that can help you with that, use them.
I know, I'm looking to see if I have, if my rage helps me, but I don't think it does.
I believe using rage to get yourself out of a fear effect is a higher level barbarian.
Yeah, I'm more just seeing to see if it increases my strength to run. So I'm gonna jump off the deck of the ship into the water because I swim much faster than I can run.
Fair. It is going to get an attack of opportunity against you because you are leaving its 10-foot reach.
Oh, it's in a reach. Yep. Okay. All right.
Which is a 26 to hit.
Ah, it hits. Yes.
So you are going to take 3 points of slashing damage,
Okay.
which is, I think, the least amount of damage anyone's taken this session.
Oh yay!
And I'm going to need you to make me a fortitude check.
15.
You have a -1 penalty to saving throws against emotional manipulation effects,
Okay. And
as you are infected by anxiety spores.
I'm out
But
of
you
here.
do manage to get away.
Do I jump into the water?
Yes, you can jump into the water, which will bring you right next to Dr. Inwood and Marcus.
Ah! It's scary. It's really, really scary. It's really scary. Bye. That's me.
Well, it can't be much scarier than a devil. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Okay. Which brings us to the one up top. It is going to use its actions to jump off and cast Featherfall on itself, as its compatriot did. And it's just going to float down to the deck. No big deal. The second one is going to scuttle over to the edge of the deck so it's within 30 feet of Michellangelo. And is going to use as a standard action its Dread Burst ability to cause the anxiety spores that are infecting you to explode.
Whoa.
So, I'm going to need you to make me a fortitude check. DC is 17.
27.
You make it, and this is completely negated. And this counts as a save against the anxiety spores, so you only have to make one more save to remove yourself of that effect. That will happen in 1 minute from now.
Okay.
It's a 1 minute frequency on the saves.
All right. I could be really far away in 1 minute.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It is incredibly frustrated that did not work, because that would have really fucked you up.
Yay!
Okay. Yeah, that's what they're going to do, which will take us to Dr. Inwood. You see that both of the creatures are on the ship now. One of them's far away, you can't quite see. The other one is like right up on the edge and is about 30 feet total distance from you. Marcus looks like a fucking train wreck and has attacked you. And Michellangelo has just panicked run into the water.
Okay. Well, I can't do anything from the water. So I'm going to... You said 40... How far am I from being able to get onto the ship?
40 feet.
40 feet. Okay. So I will spend my turn swimming to the ship. As a free action, I am going to spontaneous heal 5 hit points.
Okay. Marcus isn't quite close enough to get an attack of opportunity, so you are good. So you make it to there, no problem. No attacks of opportunity against you.
I don't think it really matters too much, but would spontaneous healing also heal non-lethal? Typically, like when you do like magical healing or something like that, it heals the same amount of non-lethal as it does lethal at the same time. I only have 1 point of non-lethal, so it doesn't matter. It's just
I would assume yes. Spontaneous healing is technically an alchemical healing effect.
Okay. Cool. So
it applies to the same rule.
That's better. I can't do that anymore today because I've done that total allotment, and I have no more extracts.
We really need a long rest
for the day. So I will spend the rest of my turn swimming towards the ship. Do you need a swim check from me? So that'll be movement and standard action.
Yeah, make me a swim check. It's not going to be a particularly difficult DC. The water's not super choppy.
16.
Yeah, totally good. You make it to that edge of the ramp. So where the ramp is now, you're still 30 feet below the edge of the deck. It looks like it's about a one-on-one incline, so you're going to have to run 30 feet up and then 40 feet back to get to the Fear Eaters again, if that's what you want to do.
Did we make a ruling on how, I guess, like that activating the chameleon suit is a standard action? Is that right?
It is a standard action, yes.
All right.
I will say... Oh, no, you used your full action to move, didn't you?
I did.
Never mind.
Yep.
But yes, it is a standard action to activate the chameleon suit.
Cool. That's my turn.
All right. Which will bring us... Florida is unconscious. There is no... she's just not waking up for a hot minute. Marcus is... afraid and paranoid. He is going to attack Michellangelo as he swims away.
Man, how long does that last for?
Paranoia lasts... Fear Eaters cast that at 5th level. So this is the last round for Paranoia.
Okay, that's good at least.
Mm-hmm. No, that won't hit. Again, just a loose blast of kinetic energy or kinetic energy. But it just like launches out of the water and does nothing, and he's going to swim away from you. Speaking of... Okay. And then you have 4 more rounds of being afraid, Michellangelo.
Yeah, I am looking to see if Kappas can breathe underwater. I think they can.
Yes.
Great. My entire round is me swimming at top speed underwater.
All right, so 4 times your movement speed, which is
40.
you're 30 feet when you're swimming, right?
40.
40? Okay, so you're going to move
Flipping turtles.
160 feet, which, for how deep this water is mostly horizontal.
Mhm.
But you are well below
Okay.
the edge of the city.
Do I see any fish down here?
No.
Okay.
I
Oh, I really hope
next
this-
round, I'm going to have you do a perception check for me, though.
Oh no. Watch there be something worse in the water.
There's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish.
Um,
Cooper fish.
Cool. That's going to be the first creature. The first creature is actually going to start to wrap up Florida, as it's going to use its use of fungal snare to basically do the same thing you did with the adhesive spittle. It's got a very similar ability, and it's going to start wrapping Florida in these fluorescent blue filaments, not unlike a spider cocoon.
That's not good.
Dr. Inwood.
Okay. I'm going to run to the top of the ramp, which
Okay.
puts me about
40 feet away.
40 feet away from the nearest of the
Yeah.
other things. Okay. I am going to... Let's see. I'm pretty confident at this point that we are in Shadowfell. I'm going to yell in Sylvan. I'm not done with you yet. And then I'm going to standard action... Actually, I will hold my standard action to activate my chameleon suit for when they move towards me.
Okay.
So, like, presenting myself as a target, and then if I have their attention, once they start
Totally
coming
fair.
towards me, then I'm going to activate the chameleon suit as holding my standard action.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be your turn, which will take us... Florida is just fucking there.
Oh.
Marcus is going to come to his senses, be a little fucking peeved at what fucking happened, is going to turn, is going to attack for the first time in a hot minute without penalties to his attack. And he's going to do a compounded blast at one of them.
A nat 20.
Is it?
It's a natural 20.
Yay.
The gods shine upon us today.
Finally.
It's just so much damage.
I just turn and shout at it. It just looks up and then all of a sudden just like it gets hit by a freight train.
That was wrapping up Florida because that was the one he's been fighting.
Uh-huh.
Just purely for that.
Hey, you!
40.
Freaking love
44.
kineticists.
Mhm.
They're so crazy.
Mhm.
They're so blatantly broken. Like, they're just so blatantly broken.
There was clearly zero playtesting happening.
Yeah, they were just like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had a caster that was based on Constitution?
And his primary attack was based off the damage progression of sneak attack,
Yeah.
with less restrictions on how you can use it and when you can use it.
Yeah, nothing like you need flanking or need to be stealth. You just blast people with it.
Let's see. Yeah, and this spear of vibrating stone coalesces and just spears its way into this creature, which just then falls onto Florida.
Wow.
Because with the damage he did before, and this takes it to 0.
Takes it to 0? It's staggered?
Man.
It is staggered, yeah.
Oh boy.
You can still attack.
I'm just gonna look at Marcus. Good show.
Top notch. Michellangelo, make me that perception check for me.
All right. I should also note Kappas can hold their breath 5 times their constitution, or 4 times their constitution score for rounds, so I can hold my breath for 2 minutes right now.
Okay.
My perception...
But every time you make a standard action, it's
Yeah.
reduced by 1.
Yeah.
One round.
Kappas?
Anyone.
Kappas are different
That's
than
holding
drowning.
your breath.
This is before I'm doing drowning checks.
No, I know. I'm just anyone holding their breath. Every time they make a standard action, their total amount of time is reduced by a round. Every time they make a standard action,
Okay.
because you're
Um,
using oxygen.
Nor do standard or 4-round actions reduce this time.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Okay. So, I got a 23.
23.
To look for.
Whatever Justin said to look for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So something pierces even through like the hazy like panic that you're in, where there's no like coherent thought. There does appear to be a hatch in the bottom of the city, like a it's like a octagon with like octagon, so 8 triangular panels on this hatch that is a clearly different material from the mithril.
Okay. I'm still swimming though, right?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, log that away. I'm gonna go another 100.
Oh, that's interesting.
160.
Go on.
This time, instead of going down, because I can do erratic, I'm gonna go up and over to the right.
Okay.
Serpentine.
Yeah, it says I can be
Which will put
erratic.
you underneath the actual like arm of the star instead of out into the open water where you were before.
Perfect. I'm just. Yep, that's me.
All right. The first of the fear eaters is staggered. Balls.
I should maybe.
Yeah,
make it back
it's
to
going
character.
to slowly get up and is going to try and run away. And so it's going to make its 30 feet climb up the cliff.
Okay.
The second one is going to turn around, is going to look at you, and in Sylvan, it's going to say, this harvest will have to be a lighter one, and is going to grab the wrapped up Florida in one of its tentacles and is going to run away.
No!
Okay.
At least it's not Marcus.
Wait, how close are they to the cliff?
I guess they're not like 30 feet up the cliff. They're probably 15 feet to the cliff and then 15 feet up. So the one declaring Florida is actually moving half speed because he's carrying her, and they can't make, neither of them can make full round actions right now.
Okay. Shoot, I guess that doesn't fulfill my requirement for chameleon suit.
I will say he did look at you and talk to you. There is like a half second of if you could interpret that as him recognizing you. I would let you use it if you would like to.
Yes, I would like to.
Excellent. And as he says that, he sees you disappear and he just nopes the fuck out.
He's like, oh. Oh, never mind. Just, Dr. Inwood over here flipping the jackal switch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's gone. So which will take us to you, Dr. Inwood.
Okay.
You've turned yourself invisible. You are 55-ish feet away from the closest one, the one carrying Florida.
Dang it. I mean, I guess I'll move up right behind it and just get ready for an attack of opportunity.
All right. On
a stealth check?
Yes, please. Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. Your bonuses is higher than what it got with the roll.
Okay.
Yeah, neither of them are paying enough attention to you. They're not going to see you till you attack.
Okay. I am ready. Natural attacks prepared.
Fantastic. Marcus is going to see them climbing up and away. God, there's no way he can get there.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, he's going to do full round action, but he's still going to be about 25 feet away after swimming and climbing up the thing and running back towards it. Fuck it, he's probably going to have a better chance swimming to the cliff and climbing up. So he's going to do full round action to swim to the cliff. Yeah. Which brings us to Michellangelo, who is swimming away.
I'm going straight down.
Oh, man. We're all like trying to stop Florida from getting taken by these things, and Michellangelo is just underwater. Just...
Yep, just like a torpedo
Yeah.
or a bullet,
Which
like a bullet.
you will have 2 more rounds of fear.
Okay, great. I'm keeping track of my location. That's my turn.
All right. First one is going to take its standard action to move 30 feet up because it can't do much more because it's staggered. And the second one is also going to do the same thing. It will provoke an attack of opportunity from you.
Do I get my sneak attack on attack of opportunity?
I don't see why you wouldn't. I don't particularly care what the rules say. I don't see why you wouldn't. If you meet all of the other qualifications, it doesn't make sense to me otherwise. It's not like it's once per turn. It's as long as you meet these criteria.
Yeah, it doesn't say you can't, I guess, in the rules for it.
What was your question?
It doesn't make sense to me
If
why
I
you
get my
wouldn't be
sneak
able to.
attack, which is a big deal, because that's the difference between me doing 1d, what is this? 1d3 plus 4, or 1d3 plus 4 plus 5d6. It's kind of a big deal. Okay, so I'm going to make a claw attack. Freaking believable.
What'd you roll?
Roll a 2. So that's a total of 9.
Okay, its flat-footed AC is 12.
It's ridiculous. So stupid. Literally, there's no reason I should have missed that, but I did. Alright.
Remind me, does your chameleon suit lose invisibility if you attack?
Nope.
That's what I thought. All right, yeah. So it doesn't even notice that you missed because its perception was horrifying.
Wait a minute.
So you are still hidden,
That's awesome.
and it is your turn.
I have no range. I have no extracts. I have no range. Is there any loose rock next to me? Like a rock I could just pick up and throw.
I will say, with the amount of bullshit that's happened on the cliff tonight, that there has been rocks that have fallen down. Yes.
Okay. I literally, this is the only thing that I can do for a ranged attack. I'm gonna scoop up a rock and I'm gonna throw a friggin' rock at this thing.
All right, you're gonna take a -4 for an improvised weapon.
I do
Oh,
not
you have
suffer.
throw
I have
anything.
throw anything because I'm a flippin' alchemist.
Never mind. Make your attack.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter what I could throw a chair. It doesn't matter. Okay. It's not super great, but gosh dang it! Natural 7 gets me an 11.
Flat-footed's
Aw.
12. It does hear the rock clang against the cliff wall as you just like barely
so
miss it.
Stupid. Like I should not be failing these rolls.
Dice gods are fickle, fickle things.
There is.
You do still have your move.
Yeah, but there's like they're gonna outpace me so fast. And I guess, I mean, I've got nothing else, so I guess I'll just start climbing after them.
Okay, yeah, you climb up after him.
You need me to
You'll
make
take
a
your... Yes.
12. I cannot roll above a 10 right now.
It's not looking great. You move quarter speed.
Okay. That's
So
my
you get
turn.
up about 5 feet. Alright, Marcus is at the edge of the cliff. Marcus is going to use his full round action to get up to and in front of both of the Fear Eaters. Because he can move his full speed plus full round action. So he can get up in front of them. So he's going to try and block them off. But that'll be his turn, which will take us to Michellangelo.
I'm going straight down again.
Straight down.
Still, am I gonna hit the bottom?
You have hit the bottom, yes.
Okay. And then I will continue going away from the ship once I'm at the bottom, just straight
Like
out.
away from the cliff? Straight
Yep,
out?
away from
shore?
the cliff, straight out from the shore.
Okay.
Do I see any animals?
No.
Okay.
You also don't see any seaweed or plant life.
Or-
of any
oh,
kind.
how about mud? Is there mud?
Lots of mud.
Okay, that's nice at least. If I need to hide in the mud, I will hide
There's
in the
sand
mud.
down there.
Or sand.
It's
Whatever.
there's the sea floor.
Well, yeah. Anyway,
I mean, I guess it could be rocks.
Sand isn't everywhere.
Kind of is.
Not everywhere, though.
All right. Fuck. The Fear Eaters, the first one, really does not want to die. Oh, they have power attack. I didn't know that.
Oh, great.
That would have been nifty. That's not going to help him right now. Yeah, I guess he's going to attempt to... He's going to use his at-will cause fear ability to try and shake up Marcus, who finally fucking rolls well.
At least that's someone.
So, no. That's the creature's turn. He is stopped at 30 feet without the capacity for moving. The other one is going to... I don't quite know what the other one will do. The other one's going to try and climb around. It's going to use about half of its movement just to go laterally, and then only about 15 up, so it's only moves about 15 total, because he's just going to skirt around Marcus. Yeah, all right, Dr. Inwood. So you have one, the wounded one that doesn't have Florida is like right in front of Marcus, and he just like wasted his turn trying to like manipulate Marcus out of the way. And the other one is about diagonally, let's call it 45 feet away from you.
Okay. Can I just hop off the rock wall? I mean, I only got like 7 feet of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Because I'm awesome. I'm going to say in Dwarven, Marcus, get Florida. I'll try to deal with the other one. And I'm just going to scoop up another flipping rock and try to hit the one that's wounded.
Okay. I feel like 30 feet is still within your first range increment for a rock.
Okay.
Bombs are not your thing, but you do have that same range, I feel like.
Yeah. Freaking finally, a 15.
15 hits. You get sneak attack because it is flat-footed and unaware of where you are at.
I mean, I'll roll it for the kicks and giggles, but this thing is...
It is at 0 hit points. You do have to do more than 17 points of damage to kill it outright.
So there's the... And the rock is a... is the rock a D6
D4.
itself? A D4? Plus strength because it's thrown?
Yep.
Okay, that's... That's 28 points of damage with a rock.
Yeah, you hurl it.
Wow.
And it just
Sneak attack is stupid, okay?
It's true.
through the back of the like forest's fungal fungal design coming off the back of the skull into the only hard part of this thing's body, the skull itself. It just cracks it, and this thing just falls and lands on the ground in front of you. You do not have anxiety spores, so never mind. As like this like cloud of like blue luminescent dust just like puffs up around it.
Now, please save the good lady if you would be so kind. In Dwarven.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
I'm working on it. Marcus is going to... Marcus is just going to do a fucking kinetic blast. Is this well thought out? Probably not. Is Florida 45 feet above the deck of the ship and 75 feet above the rocks? Yes.
I'm strong. I could catch her.
Oh, buddy. Nope. That natural one does jack shit.
Oh, Marcus.
Just a fucking blast. It's like, shit. And he's going to climb his 30 feet move speed, which does get him next to the creature, though.
Oh, dear.
Wouldn't it put him 15 feet above? Right? If they were like this, 15 feet,
Oh, they're
15
dragons.
feet, 30 feet.
I guess if he went diagonally... I think he's trying to go diagonally.
Okay.
So 15 squared plus 15 squared.
I have a calculator.
Engineers. Gotta make sure it's right.
Right?
It matters. It matters.
21 feet separation.
I said 20 feet. Look at that. I was really close.
Oh, that's the wrong number. Yeah, 20 feet. So yeah, he's just going to get right in front of the thing again. Mostly because he just doesn't want it to fucking go.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. I feel like underneath makes more sense, so he can try and catch Florida if she falls. I feel like that's a bigger play in his mind. And afterwards, probably thinks to himself, shit, I should have moved before I attacked. All right. Michellangelo, you are no longer afraid. You are in dark, muddy waters, very, very far away from your team.
Well, I'm gonna start swimming straight up so I can see things. So I've got several rounds to go, we'll just say.
How deep is the seabed?
How deep did I swim? Is more the question.
Well, you had to stop at the seafloor, right? So how
Yeah,
deep is
so
the
seafloor right here where you're at is about 60 feet below. But you did have multiple rounds of kind of like zigzagging around, so I'd say you're probably straight line. You could probably get to the edge of the ship at the water in a full round of movement.
Oh. Alright then.
Because you did a lot of backtracking
Well,
and going straight down.
I went down away from the cliffs, and then I went up and over away from the cliffs, and then I went straight down, and then I went straight down and out again. So I am at least 200-300 feet from the cliff.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go straight up, bloop, 60 feet and 100 feet towards the cliff. Towards the ship, I guess. Towards the ship, because I don't know what's going on.
Well,
I'm
cliff,
going-
ship.
I'm going toward the ship.
ship is next to the cliff.
Cool.
Yeah, so you can at least get to the surface of the water. No problem.
Great.
And you pop up and make me a perception check. It's a little dark. It's a little foggy. There's mist kind of everywhere because of the surf.
We are in trouble now. 18.
Yeah, Marcus looks like he is right behind one of them, crawling up with like this big blue sack that it's carrying. And you can't see Florida or Dr. Inwood anywhere, and you can't see the other creature either.
Great.
We're all dead.
Yep, everybody's dead. That's my turn.
All right. The one that this one doesn't really doesn't want to die. It's going to scream out in Sylvan. Fear's curse. It's like Fear's curse. You all is going to throw Florida and is going to attempt to run away.
Okay.
So does not roll well through its throw, so it just kind of drops her. Marcus is going to take his attack of opportunity to try and catch Florida instead of attacking this creature, which, I mean, that's not terrible. I'm going to say sure. Manages to catch her as she falls yet again off this cliff face.
Wow. Twice in
And I
one
think-
day.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to bring us out of initiative unless you guys have like a bit overbearing desire to chase this thing down.
Nope.
As you watch as Marcus comes down, this thing like brings its way up the cliff face. You have a dead specimen in front of you, Dr. Inwood.
Yes, I do. Oh, I'm going to deactivate my chameleon suit as soon as like it's running. Deactivate that.
That's fair. That's fair. No need to waste those charges. Michellangelo, you make your way back. You see Marcus has like climbed down with this bag. And when you get back, you see Florida is wrapped up in like these fibrous myconid strands with mushrooms are starting to grow out from the strands themselves.
Ew.
I'm going to start peeling that off and
Virtue.
checking her well-being.
Virtue wand. See if that helps. I don't know how this works, apparently. So,
Yeah, so it's going to be a DC 14 strength check to break the myconids.
That's a 9. I'm
Oh.
jailing.
Total?
I am jailing this die. Yep.
Yep, that's fair. That's fair.
My metal D20 no longer has privileges of being the dice that I'm rolling.
It's okay. Marcus is going to help you, and he's going to create a stone knife that he's going to cut with. So between the two of you, you get these sticky, and you notice that the filaments are sticky and like they stick to you like hot glue fibers do, but just without the pain. And so it's like it's kind of difficult to get them off you once you're like pulling them off.
Okay.
Make me a nature check to check on Florida's health.
14 total.
She appears relatively stable from like a physical health standpoint. She's definitely taken damage and is not in a good way. There does appear to be some sort of fungal infection in some of her wounds. But the temporary hit points she does have full hit points, I would say, or she does have actual hit points and isn't just at 0, so I will say that it does wake her up with the Wand of Virtue.
what
There's
happened?
just waking up swearing.
To answer your question, we were beset upon by. What, you don't remember anything?
I remember swimming away.
Oh,
I was
true.
scared. Something just came over me, and I was just,
Yes. Well, I I was able to successfully land in the water, get back up onto the ship. They had wrapped Florida up in this fibrous membrane, and were running off with her, saying that this harvest would be light. And then, I managed to kill that one over there with a rock, and after Marcus hit it with a superb spear of stone and whatnot, quite spectacular, I might add. And Marcus was able to get it to reconsider its goals, and it ran and left Florida. We should probably get out of here.
There's something on the bottom of our ship that looks weird. Also, there's no like creatures in this water.
Yes,
or plants.
Because we're in Shadowfell.
You keep saying that word.
We are not in the same place that you think we are.
Where do you think I think we are?
Let's get back to the command console and get to where we need to be. How about that?
There's something on the ship. Okay, whatever.
We can handle that later once giant fungal
Michellangelo?
skulls with tentacles.
Could you make me either just a flat intelligence check or a religion check?
Uh-huh.
Religion. Interesting.
Religion is 16.
16. You do know from like your parents' teaching and like this is the more like mystical portion of like your upbringing. You are a magical creature from folklore and such. You are aware of like other realms, like there's the realms of the gods and like different things. So you do know of planes, just not in any of the terminology that Dr. Inwood would ever try to tell you about them.
Got it.
There is like mythological or religious precedence in your upbringing to like prep you for this kind of concept.
How did we get here?
The ship brought us here.
But how?
It plane shifted.
So it's a plane, not a ship?
Well, it's a vessel. It's a mode of transportation. I don't think it fully fits into either of those categories. It's like it walked through a door, except this door isn't between the outside and the inside. This door is between two different realms. Two different planes of existence. Now we need to step back through that door.
That's a really big door.
Or is it infinitely small? Either way.
Am I normal size? Are we small? Is that what you're saying?
No, we are the same size that we were when we
Okay,
entered. The
well-
same physical size. How about you think of it this way? We are on a different planet right now.
Oh!
For all intents and purposes,
Ow.
that is technically true.
I'd like to go back to America. I don't want to be on this planet.
Yes, so let's get to the command. Let us get to the command console, and we can go back to where we need to be.
Agreed.
Great!
Excellent.
Where's my fucking sword?
Florida.
I believe it's on the ground right over there. And if one of you would be so kind as to drag the specimen along, I don't want it to get lost out here on the arm.
Why don't you just do it?
Okay, fine. I will do it.
Yeah, carry. So getting back to the console is not particularly difficult. There is like more people are kind of like creeping out of like the houses and places that they live. Without fail, every person that you see is human. Which I mean, to be fair, humans are the vast majority of the prime material planes population. in terms of like sentient creatures. So
Are
that
they
just
are they still all dressed from different time periods?
some of them are. Most of them are dressed like modernly, but there are people of like different like time period dresses. But they all seem to be interacting with each other normally. But they are wary. They are very wary of you guys. They are not approaching you. Anytime they see you, they hide.
You may want to remain indoors for the time being. We're going to be traveling again. We don't want to have any more of these on board. Just gesturing to the thing I'm dragging behind me.
You walk past the fire and just fire roasted bodies of the hosts. And
What?
make your way up the.
What happened here?
They weren't too fond of the fact that we were moving the ship around. They were going to charge us a fee for many numerous things that amounted to 3 souls. And that's a high price to pay.
You know, Dr. Inwood, I think that you just might be a little bit greedy. First it was the gold.
Right.
Now it's the ship
The
you're taking
gold
from people.
Is cursed. You experienced its effects yourself. In fact, you experienced it so strongly that we had to knock you unconscious.
Is that what happened?
That's exactly what happened.
Did I throw up coins?
No.
Then, what was the point of it?
Of the gold cursing you?
Yeah, if it's a curse when
I'm reasonably confident
Oh.
that if you had spent too much time on the gold,
I
you would have then
didn't.
become the host for the devil that I killed.
I can't be the host. These things are the hosts.
No, like, your body would now belong to the devil. Your mind would be gone. You would not be there. You would be dead. Your body would just be the meat sack that the devil was wearing. Now, can we please get out of this
He
place?
wouldn't be that intimidating as a Kappa. Just saying.
You didn't have to fight him, because you fell through the floor.
Stay on task, Doctor. You guys make your way up the stairs.
Yes, we do.
Make your way up the stairs. I'm assuming to get to the console, you go across the thin mithril
Yes.
strip around the goal.
Yes.
Carefully.
I'm gonna not fuck you with that just yet.
Do not touch the gold.
Why?
Because it is cursed!
But how?
You know what magic is? You know what magic is! You don't need to roll for that!
Look, I hit my head hard today. I'm feeling like 17% out of
Like, that's literally like, that'd be like walking up to someone and be like, do you know how to breathe?
out of 53.
It is cursed with magic. A particular type of magic that wants to turn you into a gilded devil.
Okay, let's go. Sit down. And I guess how'd we move the ship?
Which of you guys would like to try and pilot the ship?
Oh, can I press the button again?
You can press the button, but not until I tell you to, okay?
Fine. I'm gonna hover like right over that same button that I pressed once.
Don't press the button.
The buttons have all moved and like shifted and floated around. There's no way to tell which one is the button you pressed or not.
I'll just think of the shiniest, biggest, prettiest button.
A very big, bright, cobalt button appears.
Ship,
I'm ready.
please give Michellangelo the button to bring us to the prime material plane. In the exact place we are right now, in the prime material plane. Preferably with no time skipping.
You watch as the button like reshapes and like folds in on itself until it's still right there.
It's smaller.
Size isn't everything. Important things come in small packages.
Like me.
Like yourself. Now please press the button.
All right, I will need you to roll me a D4, please.
4.
All right, I will need you to roll me 2 D4s.
It's either going to be really good or really bad.
4 and a 3. 7 total.
4 and a 3. All right.
Do we all get the timebreaker template?
Not this time around. There is the humming. There is a screeching, ripping noise as you feel the ship shudder and shake. Could you roll me a D100, please?
Yes, I can. I love these rolls. 94.
Wow.
94. All right, that's not a bad time differential. You jolt around. There is the screen that shows you where you were in space has disappeared. But looking out through the console window, you see that you are now floating in a vast, endless sea of lava.
Hey, this button makes lava. Water turned to lava.
Perhaps we should try that again.
You want me to?
Please, prime material plane. Not whatever this is.
Poke!
That same button flashes. You press the button, roll me another D4.
3.
3. All right. Roll me 1 D4.
3.
All right. There's another jolting noise. The movement that you feel is actually significantly less than you felt before. And you see, you feel the ship tilt sideways, and you see what once was an endless field of lava is a cracked, caked, barren desert filled with giant chasms.
Not this place again.
I think this button is cursed.
I think the ship is not understanding what we want.
How
or
about-
it can't be accurate.
Can I try?
The button flashes again, like bright, and then it just rests where it was.
Push it again.
Roll me a D4.
2.
Roll me a D4.
3.
All right. You feel a jolting, again, like a bigger jolt than last time, and you find yourself back at the cliff, floating in bright daylight.
Is there something on the cliff?
Not
Can we see?
up at the top that you can see. The fort itself is not directly on the cliff itself.
Hey,
Are there ships
it's
in the
daytime.
water though? Can we see any ships?
There are
in
no ships in the water. There is no dock in the water, but there isn't one normally.
It's daytime. I fixed it. The lights are back on.
Yes, that either means that we are back in the place where we are supposed to be, or we are in the Feywilds.
Well, how do we know?
And that's where we're going to end tonight.
I love this plane jumping.
Oh man.